in 1983, a young orca was taken from the cold water near Iceland. He was only about 2 years old. His name would become Tilikum. Most people would later know him by a different name, killer whale. At first, that sounds like the whole story, a huge blackhand, white predator, a tank, trainer pulled under the water. But that name hides more than it explains. In the wild, orcas live in families. They travel, they hunt. Together, they learn calls from their mothers and stay close to their pots for years. Tilikum did not get that life. After his capture, he was sent to a marine park in Canada called Iceland of the Pacific. The tank was small. The shows were loud. At night, reports say he was capped in a cramped floating pen with 2 older female orcas. They bullied him. He could not leave. He could not dive away. He could only circle the same water again and again. Then, in 1991, a young trainer named Kelty Burn slipped into the pool. Tilikum and the other orcas would not let her out. She drowned. The park closed soon after, and Tilikum was moved to SeaWorld, Orlando. To the public, he became a giant star. He jumped on command. He splashed crowds. He helped to sell the dream that a wild ocean animal could be happy in a concrete pool. Behind the show, he was also valuable for another reason. He was used for breeding. More than 20 calves were connected to him, but size and value did not make him free. In 1999, a man named Daniel Dukes was found dead in Tilikum, Aztec after staying in the park after closing. No one saw exactly what happened. Still, the shadow around Tilikum grew. Then came February 24th, 2010. Trainer Dawn Brinchell had worked with orcas for years. She was experienced, careful, and loved by people who knew her. After a show at SeaWorld Orlando, she was near Tilikum at the edge of the pool. Something went wrong. Tilikum pulled her into the water. She died from drowning and injuries. This time, the whole world heard about him. Some people saw only the label, killer whale, dangerous animal, monster in a tank. But the harder question was not whether. Tilikum was powerful. Of course he was. The harder question was what captivity had done to him. No one can know exactly what was in his mind, but we know what his life looked like. Taken young, moved from place to place, kept in tanks, separated from the ocean, used in shows, used to make more captive orcas. And when that life produced behavior humans could no longer control, humans acted surprised. After Dawn Brinchell's death, the documentary Blackfish changed how many people saw the story. The film argued that Tilikum was not born broken. He had been made that way. SeaWorld denied many accusations, but the public mood shifted. Years later, the company announced it would end its orca breeding program. Tilikum died in 2017. SeaWorld said he had suffered serious health problems, including a complicated bacterial lung infection. He was around 36 years old. For decades, people paid to watch him perform. Then they argued about whether he was evil. That is the strange cruelty of the story. Humans gave him a tank and called it a home. They gave him tricks and called it a life. They gave him loneliness, then called him dangerous when he finally became impossible to manage. Tilikum was not a simple victim. People died because of him, and those deaths mattered. But he was not a cartoon villain either. He was a wild animal taken from the sea, kept in a orca, too small for his body and too empty for his mind. So maybe the real story is not that a killer whale became a killer. Maybe the real story is that humans built a place where an orca could not be what he was, and then blamed him for breaking